Hey peeps, happy Saturday.
Well, shit, what are y'all doing?
I hope each and every one of you are having a beautiful Saturday, a happy, healthy weekend. Go out, have a good time, be safe, and most of all, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for subscribing, listening to me yammer on every week and vent and be extremely passionate about the Housewives. I appreciate you all getting down in the comments. I haven't been in the comments as much lately because I have been working so hard at my real job. Unfortunately, things have been crazy busy, but I will get in the comments soon. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for always being here and always being so supportive and sweet. All right, guys, so we're talking The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18, Episode 7. So before we get into the episode, I did want to start out by giving a shout out to Melania, Teresa and Joe's daughter, Melania. She has decided that she is going to the University of Tampa in Florida. I said, all right. So Gia went to Rutgers in New Jersey. I believe Rutgers is in New Jersey. Gabriella went to the University of Michigan, even though I am a Buckeye through and through. OH. I could just hear you guys saying it. Anyway, I'm really proud of her daughters. They are so freaking amazing. Teresa did a great job raising her girls. All right, you guys, let's move on to The Real Housewives of Orange County. So this episode picks up the next day. Gina, Emily, Shannon, and Heather are still in La Quinta, whereas Katie, Jen, Alexis, and Tamra are still in Big Bear at Tamra's house, which I thought to myself, they had pretty long road trips to get to these destinations, and the fact that they only stayed one night is weird to me. You know, I'm not driving, 4 hours anywhere to stay for a night. Okay, at least let it be 2 nights, my gosh. Anyway, this is not about me. So Emily is still upset. She's still being extremely passive aggressive with Gina. And, it's ridiculous because Gina knows that there's something going on. Something is brewing, but she has no idea exactly what it is, which I don't understand why she doesn't, because Emily sort of mentioned it at the table at dinner when they were eating the hot dogs, Anyway, Shannon is cooking up something. She tells all the girls, hey, don't touch the handles. Don't touch the handles, because I one time burnt myself, forgot about it, and touched the handles. And the next thing you know, she touches the handles. As I was watching the show, I said, watch her grab that handle. And there she did it. I said, damn it, Shannon Bedore, you're not even drunk. Like, this is ridiculous. Anyway, luckily she wasn't burnt too much. Alexis is over at the Big Bear talking too damn much, like she always does. Anyway, the girls wanted to know, did she want coffee with a little coffee mate, or did she want a Red Bull for breakfast? Do you drink coffee in the morning or do you drink the Red Bull? I don't know if I've ever thought of those two choices, a little coffee or Red Bull. Usually it's, would you like a little coffee, maybe a little tea, a little water, a little milk, maybe a little orange juice. Some people like the V8. Okay, why am I rambling? Oh boy. Anyway, she starts talking about her cycle. And they're all confused as hell. Like, where is this going? And then finally, Jen just says, listen, do you want coffee or do you want Red Bull? Like, what is it? Nobody wants to hear this shit. And then Katie, who hits a home run in her confessional. First of all, her confessional look from head to toe, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, the red, the hair, everything was giving. Anyway, she says when talking to Alexis, you don't really have to think at all, because Alexis she'll talk about anything forever. She's always talking. I said, that's why I like you, Katie. Besides the Heather situation, I think Katie is winning. I like her as a housewife. She shares her personal business. I love that. I just wish that she would get off this Heather Dubrow situation. Just let this go. It's not important. It's not important. Anyway, so the girls sit down to have breakfast. Heather has made her famous pineapple drinks. Remember, she introduced this pineapple drink to us when the other Jen was on here. I think it was like 2 seasons ago when we had Jen, the doctor lady, on here, and she showed her little magic gadget that she has for hollowing out the pineapple and then putting your champagne in there and I don't know what else goes in the damn drink, but it looks delicious. Anyway, they're sitting out there drinking their fancy drinks and having their nice breakfast. And they talked to Shannon a little bit about the situation with Johnny Boy.
It was his oldest daughter's birthday, and I thought, let's go on our family vacation. We went up to Los Angeles. I paid for 4 rooms at the London Hotel for the weekend. That trip's close to 10 grand. That's how generous I was, and he's telling me that I owe him money.
Were you trying to buy the relationship? Were you trying to buy his love?
You guys,
She just was in love. She was in love.
And I enjoy doing
And
it.
she
Like, I
wanted the
enjoy
family,
it.
all.
I wanted to be generous.
You know, when
and
you're
I
in a
wanted to,
relationship with someone, it feels like it's all in the same pot.
Yeah.
And, you know, men's egos are attached to their wallet, so I wasn't going to confront him, you know. I just thought, I'm good. I'll just pay for it. I'm telling you, like, out of principle, I don't want to give him $1.
I feel
it's just
bad.
such a freaking slap in the face to me.
Very sorry that you're going through this.
Oh, Shannon, I feel so bad for you.
We support you, and you will figure it out. And whatever you need, we will be there for you, Shannon.
And your mental health is worth. Your mental health
Is worth
more than anything.
Yes.
I don't understand how overwhelmed I am with
can
love
know.
right now.
I
Like,
know.
you guys are so kind, and that's why I feel like I don't deserve it. And I'm so grateful. Oh,
You do.
I'm so grateful.
You really do, Shannon. And you'll need it.
All right, so this really broke my heart. I feel so bad for Shannon. You know, first of all, I would like to commend Shannon for coming on the show this season and just laying it all out there. She's showing us everything. They showed in the previews. She's going to be showing us about her breathalyzer thing. I appreciate how open Shannon has been since she's gone through this DUI situation. It cannot be easy to have to put all of this out to the entire public. Anyway, she says that she didn't consider the $75,000 as a loan because she has been contributing to that relationship and paying for mostly everything. She says that she thought that this was his way of paying her back from some of the stuff that she has done. Listen, I hate to see her cry. Breakups are already difficult. Even when you are a private person and you are breaking up with somebody, the pain sometimes can feel unbearable. You know what I mean? But to have to do it on national television while going through a DUI, then having the man start dating another housewife, then to have that housewife come on the show and try to drag you for filth every chance they get, and then try to hold over some old home surveillance videos, which to me, it seems like extortion or blackmail, that they are trying to extort her for this $75,000 and for her to be quiet, or they're going to release these videos. Listen, me being the person that I am, and I am not Shannon, I'm not in Shannon's position, but I think if I was, I would just tell them, you have all this video, you have all of this damaging evidence that's going to make me look terrible. Prove it. Release it. Put it out. Put it out. What's going to happen to me? I'm going to be embarrassed. I'm already embarrassed about this DUI. People are going to look at me crazy. They already do. You know what I mean? I've already embarrassed myself. My children know that I was drinking too much and then I was driving. Put it out. Put it out. I would never let anybody hold my issues or problems or situations over my head. You are not about to spray me with my own tea. You're not going to do it. Put the shit out and let's just let the chips fall where they may. I think Shannon should just do that. You know, Emily says what I said last week. If John and Alexis are so happy, they're in this honeymoon phase, they're having the sex 4 times a day. Last video I said 4 times a week, but I meant to say 4 times a day. They're having this alleged sex 4 times a day. Then why don't you move the hell on? Why aren't you riding off into the sunset? Instead, as Emily said it, you're riding off to the sunset, dragging Shannon behind you. Real happy people, they don't give a shit what other people are doing. And they certainly don't give a shit what their ex is doing. This is trash. From A all the way to Z. Alexis and John look like garbage, in my opinion, with this behavior. Mr. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be on reality TV. Right. I would like to say shout outs to Gina and Heather for being so supportive and loving to Shannon. Emily was supportive too, but Emily threw in a dig at the very beginning. I thought you paid for everything. You know, shut up, Emily. Sometimes Emily does cross the line. I don't know why I'm not enjoying her this season. I think that Emily is a beautiful person on the outside, but right now she's showing to be quite nasty on the inside, and I don't love it. When they got up to leave the table and all Heather grabbed was her pineapple and left her plates and everything on the table, the rest of the girls thought it was hilarious. They just picked up her plates and cleared the table. Not me, girl. I am that friend who is a mom at heart. I would have left that plate right on the table. And then when we went back into the house, I would have walked right past her room, looked at her and her pineapple and said, your plates are on the table and they'll be there till you clear them. Thank you, hon. And went on about my business. No, ma'am, I don't work for you. Now, Jen, back in Big Bear, she is being a real housewife. This girl has always been very open about her situation and her life. And I appreciate her being so open and honest and sharing information with these ladies. I don't really advise it because all of the things that you share with these women will come back to haunt you later. Anyway, she shares with them that her husband, I think he's soon to be her ex-husband. I don't know if their divorce is completely final and they're still just working on the financial piece, or if they are not divorced. I have no idea. I think that they're not divorced yet. But anyway, she shares with them that she found out that her ex is dating her friend Laura. I said, well, shit. She said that she found out when she was doing school drop-off for her son, and she noticed Laura in the car, and she got very upset and went off on the woman, and then she just decided to let it go because she realizes that it's Laura, she's her friend, and she loves her. Now here, this is where Jen and I differ. No, ma'am. Now, I realize that Jen cheated on her husband, so all gloves are off. He's allowed to do whatever the hell it is he's going to do. But Laura, you are supposed to be my friend. So this, becomes a situation where I might become quite violent. Okay, if I had found out he had a new girlfriend and it was some lady that I didn't know, I would walk up to the lady and introduce myself. It's nice to meet you. You know what I mean? Happy for you and Will. I hope everything works out for you. But for Laura, I might punch you in the face because you're supposed to be my friend. You don't come and then have the sex with my ex. No, ma'am. I'm not about that life. But anyway, Jen says she loves Laura. So she's happy for Will and Laura, and she wished that they could all just co-parent, because when you add all the children together, her and Will's children and Laura's children, it's 9 children involved. And Will is living over at Laura's house. And I said, well, shit. Maybe that's why Will cannot afford to take care of his children with you and pay the rent at y'all's place, because he is, taking care of shit over there at Laura's house. Not only that, that is probably the reason why Will no longer works for her family's company, because of this situation with Laura. Tamara, who is nobody's friend, she pulls up Will's Instagram and shows her videos of Will having a good old time with Laura and her children. I said, well, what the shit? This brings Jen to tears. She says that Will was never that light and happy when he was with her. That would bring me to tears as well. However, you cheated. You threw the first blow and you cheated and then you left. So he's allowed to be happy. Unfortunately, he's happy with Laura, and I don't love that. That part I don't love. Then Tamara makes some kind of comment about, why did God take Sydney from her? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Don't you bring the good Lord into this. Don't you bring the good Lord into this. You, ma'am, are the reason Sydney doesn't talk to you. The reason she doesn't want anything to do with you. You talked shit about her daddy. You treated her daddy terribly. You did it all on national TV. Then you went on national TV and told stuff that she said to you in private. You suck. That's why she doesn't speak to you. Don't blame the Lord. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. What you need to do is start praying to the Lord a little more often. I'm just saying, start with praying to the Lord about being a better friend, being a better mom, being a better person all around. You suck. Moving on. Now, Heather and Shannon in the bathroom, and Shannon explaining to her about putting her eyelashes on and can't see anything. Heather says, no, they look great, but can I tell you, I can't see anything either. And Shannon says, I love being around old people because they can't see. That was funny. That was hilarious. That's vintage Shannon. Now, Emily and Gina having this argument out here on the pickleball court. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you this. I'm Team Gina here. Okay. First of all, what Gina said about Emily is true. She tells her that she doesn't need to be the queen of drama. She really doesn't. She is being aggressive. She is being mean. She is being hurtful. Emily is upset that Gina said that. However, Emily has said it in her confessional. She is being extremely aggressive, mean, and hurtful. What I think it is I think that Emily wanted Katie to be able to take Heather down. I still think that Emily, and I said it last season as well, I think that Emily is absolutely jealous of Heather and Heather's wealth and Heather's reputation. I also think that she is jealous of Gina and Heather's friendship. The way Emily spoke to Gina, I thought was disgusting. You're kissing her ass, and that would cause a huge rift in our friendship. I would absolutely cut Emily off. You're going to learn today that you are not about to disrespect me. You are not about to do it. I don't think that Gina was kissing Heather's ass at all. I think that she told Katie not to bring it up. Katie brought it up and she warned her. Listen, you need to talk to Heather. She didn't say you need to talk to Heather, laugh, giggle, and make it like a joke in front of the rest of the girls. Katie could have actually called Heather and said, hey, can we sit down and have a conversation? I personally think that Katie should have never brought it up. This is not Gina's issue, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion. We all have them, so get down in the comments and let me know what yours is. But I am absolutely Team Gina. Gina tries to storm off. They're throwing the pickleball rackets around. I said, you are disrespecting Elizabeth's stuff. This is ridiculous. Anyway, she throws the damn racket. The water sprinklers come on. She locked herself out the house. I mean, she's going through. Next thing you know, they're all hugging each other. But I love you. You're my friends. I don't want to lose our friendship. You hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. Oh my God, it was high school all over again. I'm sick of it. Now, Jen sits down with Tamara and tells her how happy she is about their friendship. And I said, Jen, listen, I've said this a couple videos back. I think twice I've said it in different videos for this season. Don't trust Tamara. Do not trust this woman. She is no one's friend. The lady cares about no one, okay? And before you know it, she is going to turn on you. She always does. The way she's turning on Shannon, and there's no way that she can sit there and act as if she cares about Shannon. A person who cares about you would never treat you or talk bad to you the way she treats and talks to Shannon. It's terrible the way she behaves. Jen tells Tamara that she should stop the arguing with Shannon and try to bridge the gap with her, and Tamara says that she really does care, and it's all fake. It's all fake. Now, Shannon playing pickleball with Heather. Heather is absolutely me. When Shannon spiked that ball, Heather said, that's too far to run over. I said, girl, ain't that the truth? I would have said the same thing. I'd walk over there and get it, but honey, just hold on. It's going to be a minute. We're not fast pickleballers. Okay, not me. Then all of a sudden, Alexis is crying and falling out. Oh my God, Johnny, what? What's happening, Johnny? Oh gosh, it's all Shannon's fault. It's Shannon's fault. She gets blackout drunk and she doesn't know what she's doing. Alexis, girl.
Shut when you think about it, go.
Alexis, I'm sick of you. I don't give a damn about you and all this boo-hoo crying and carrying on. I really don't. You just started dating Johnny Jansen 3 months before this trip, and you are so in love. You see all the bullshit that he is saying, the bullshit you are saying about Shannon, and you don't see any red flags. You don't see one red flag. Not one red flag? Girl, go the fuck on. Seriously, you have spent this entire trip trying to downplay Shannon, calling her every alcoholic, every drunk. We've got these videos, we got these videos, we got these videos. Drop them. Do that. You know what? I was thinking about Jen and her issue with money. And I was thinking with her being, an owner of a yoga studio, she has got a yoga body that is absolutely amazing. Why doesn't she use her Orange County celebrity and partner with some athleisure line? Start wearing their clothes, get a sponsorship from them. You know, she looks amazing in all of her yoga outfits. She's really fit and beautiful, and I think she could make a lot of money doing that. Start an athleisure line of your own or something. I bet it's going to be better than that shit that Giselle and Ashley's doing. Again, Alexis, please stop being dumb. If John was a good person, there's no way that he would hold on to pictures or videos of Shannon being drunk. They say later in the show that John has a video of Shannon allegedly drunk, almost running his daughter over. If this man could do this to somebody that he once claimed to love, what's he gonna do to you? Don't be stupid, Alexis. This looks ridiculous. You and Johnny look crazy. So Gina meets up with Tamara back at her house, and Tamara says, well, you had your DUI, but you didn't have a drinking problem. Gina says, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yes, I did. She said, I wasn't an alcoholic, but I definitely had a drinking problem, and I didn't stop drinking afterwards because I wasn't ready to admit it. See, and that's the thing. Tamara has a drinking issue herself. I don't know what the issue is. I'm not educated enough under alcoholism and rehab and all that stuff to know exactly what it is that Tamara has. But I know she does have a problem with alcohol. So we have seen you many, many times be completely obliterated drunk and do and say some horrible things. Then the next day, go on your apology tour and blame it on the alcohol instead of blaming yourself for drinking so much alcohol. So you don't have any right to do this to Shannon. You cannot diagnose this woman as an alcoholic. And as I have said many times before, if I was in Shannon's position, would I stop drinking 100%? Absolutely. From then on, it would be sparkling water, soda, mocktails for me. You know, at least for a year, so that I could see if I could manage to not drink. You know what I mean? But this is Shannon's journey, and she has to do it her way. Tamara has no right to try to diagnose this woman as an alcoholic. So when Emily and Katie meet up at the candy place, which I thought that place was really cool, and I think those kids probably left out of there with $50 worth of candy. Anyway, I probably would have had about $10 worth because I love candy. Anyway, I don't need a lot of candy, but I love a good candy store. Again, this is not about me. I'm gonna head over to the candy store. Okay, so anyway, they were talking a little bit, and that's what we found out about Katie saying that, you know, the gloves are off. John Jansen is ticked. Johnny J is upset. And Alexis and Johnny J say that they are going to drop this video of Shannon drunk, almost running over Johnny's daughter with her car. I said, holy shit. Really? Is that what they doing? This to me is absolute blackmail. It really is. They are extorting this money out of this woman. This is crazy. Drop it. That's what I would say if I was Shannon. I would absolutely say that. Drop it, bitch. Put the video out. This is crazy. You are not about to hold this over my head. I am not about to go through this journey and then think that I am finally through and that I'm seeing some light at the end of the tunnel and then this video drops. Absolutely not. Let it rip. Put the shit out. Stop playing with me, Johnny. That's what I would say if I was Shannon. So then they show a little flashback of the girls out at the bar at Big Bear, and you see Tamara telling this bartender that they were going to set Jen up with the OnlyFans because she was going to show her boobs and butthole to the people on OnlyFans. I would have been mortified. Maybe I'm mortified because I take myself too seriously and I really should stop doing that. But I don't know. I would have been devastated that she said that to this man. I know that Jen doesn't know him, but I still would have been upset. I think that's gross. Don't do that. When she tells Ryan about it, Ryan says that absolutely not. He doesn't stand behind her getting an OnlyFans. I bet you 9 times out of 10, Ryan is subscribed to several people's OnlyFans. That's just my opinion. It's alleged, but in my opinion, he does. Then Ryan talks to her about saying yes to her kids and everything. I think that Jen should be able to raise her kids however she sees fit. You know, he was saying something about at breakfast, she's got 5 kids and they asked for 5 different things. And she says, well, she was always an in-home mom. And, you know, when my mom was raising us kids, she had to work. You know what I mean? My dad worked. They were, you know, running out, but they were still trying to make sure we had nutritious meals. But it wasn't like, you know, going to a restaurant. We all had the same thing. However, when I went to my grandma's house, who was a stay-at-home mom of 12, and then she also had her grandbabies, and I spent every summer with my grandma. I loved it because when you go to your grandma's house, it was like a made-to-order restaurant. Every single morning when it was breakfast time, she asked each individual person what they wanted for breakfast, and that's what they got. And you know what? To this very day, I still feel special. It was everything. It was special. If everybody else wanted pancakes and bacon and I wanted eggs and sausage, that's what I got. You know what I mean? I think it's wonderful if the parent has the time and the means to do that. Her trying to put a curfew on and teach her son, who is 17, how to clean his own room and pick up after himself. I said, wait a minute now. Now listen, I don't parent shame anybody, and I don't, you know, judge anybody's parent technique. Each parent has to do what works for them. But I think at the age of 17, you might have waited a little too long, okay? Because I believe every child should have structure. They should have a bedtime. They should also have a curfew, and they should be able to clean up their own damn room. Now, this comes from somebody whose mom stopped cleaning her room when she was 12. Okay, so my mom stopped cleaning my room when I was 12. You know, she got married to my stepdad. And my stepdad said, do you think that you should probably let her clean her own room now? You know, she's 12. And let me tell you, my mom decided that she would teach me how to clean up my own room, and it was a battle. I was devastated. I was angry. I really enjoyed coming home from school and my room was completely cleaned. She had swept the floors, put all my toys back, made up my bed. I mean, I had a princess room. It looked beautiful every day. And then she said I had to do it on my own, and it was a shock. I was devastated by it. But after about, 6 weeks of moping around and crying and carrying on, I realized it was the best thing for me to learn how to clean up my own room, make up my own bed, and do it myself. I think that Jen may have waited a little too long here, but I do think it's good that she is trying to, make some boundaries, put up some rules, create some structure for these kids. And I think Ryan is putting his 2 cents in because they're living in his house. I'm just saying. Now, Tamara headed out to meet Shannon and making the comment that she's a little bit upset because Shannon should have reached out to her. I said, girl, if you don't go to fuck on, why would she reach out to you? Why? You have disrespected her, treated her like shit. Girl, you are lucky that she's willing to meet up with you because I wouldn't. Absolutely not. Now, Heather did have a comment in her confessional. She said they try this so many times. They're always doing this. They're upset, they meet up, they make up. It's like a hamster wheel. She says, why are they doing this again? I agree. Move the hell on.
Calling you. I don't
say
say
stuff
things
about me.
are not true.
Well, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did, actually.
No, I didn't.
You give people...
I didn't.
Okay, and so should I tell you to calm down now?
No, I'm just mimicking you. So just so you know what you look like.
Okay.
I'm here to try to
Tamara,
make things
you
better.
have been defaming me for 8 weeks.
Defaming you how?
You keep saying you're drunk. You need to be sober. You know nothing
Well, it was very...
me.
I know everything about you. I know how you move. I know what makes you tick. I know everything.
I am focusing on being healthy.
So you don't
I'm
drink
not coping.
anymore?
I will have pretty much 2 drinks. I don't think I've gone over 2.
So you do not have a drinking problem?
Well, so far, first of all, I'm very aware of it, and I'm still continuing...
You're aware of what?
That I used alcohol, and I used it excessively in certain darker periods of my life. If I get to a point where alcohol is an issue with me, then I absolutely will look at it. But so far...
But don't you feel like sneaking alcohol is an issue?
I did one night.
We went to dinner, and my photographer was there, and she was whispering to him to order her a drink and then slip it in her Diet Coke. So that is something that somebody with a drinking problem does.
I've seen you in compromising situations. So that's just like, don't focus on me.
Have I drove my car into a house?
I gotta walk away from them. Sorry. Are nobody's friend. You are an ugly human being.
Now, all right, so I might be all over the place after this because I was extremely pissed off. Extremely pissed off with freaking Tamara. Now, at the onset, when Shannon walks away, when Tamara says, you know, you have a DUI and I've never driven into somebody's house, I realized that a couple of things could have happened. Shannon could have flew off the handle, screamed, yelled, acted a fool, and, you know, just been a complete embarrassment in this restaurant. But she decided she was just going to walk away. I appreciate that she walked away, but I don't appreciate that she walked away at the same time. I think that Shannon needs to stop walking away, stop running from Tamara, because Tamara enjoys it. She loves it. And I think that Shannon needs to just stand firm, read her ass for filth, and then get up and leave and just let her sit and stew. Because when Shannon walked away to collect herself and to speak to the production, Tamara thought it was real cute to say, what did she do? Run off to get a drink? I think that that is Tamara's goal. I feel that she is trying her hardest to gaslight, bully, and fight with Shannon so that Shannon will get so upset that she will start to drink because her emotions are all over the place. I think that's exactly what she wants to do. She wants to be able to cause Shannon to lose control and start drinking so that she can sit back and say, I told you she was an alcoholic. When you love somebody, you don't mistreat them. If you have a friend, you've been friends with this person for 10 years and they have gone through something, you try to be there for them and be real with them at the same time. You sit that person down and you explain to them that you feel like they're drinking too much. The drinking has got out of control. Maybe you should cut back on your drinking. I would love to see you stop drinking altogether. Give it a couple of weeks. See if you can make it a couple of weeks without having a drink. And then we'll see where it goes. But I'm here for you. Do you think you should go to some meetings? If you do, I'll go with you. I'm here for you. You don't embarrass them, scream at them, yell at them, make fun of them, go on social media and bash the shit out of them. That is not what you do when you really love somebody or if you're really friends with someone. The way that she spoke to Shannon, if she had spoken to me that way, I really hate to say it, but I would dog walk the fuck out of Tamara. I would have to go to jail for whooping her ass. I would be that mad. Why are you doing that? Are you trying to make me drink? Why are you doing this? It seems to me that Tamara is very resentful of Shannon. It's almost as if she is still very angry with Shannon because Shannon remained on the Housewives and Tamara was fired. I think she's jealous of Shannon and she is weaponizing and gaslighting the hell out of her regarding this DUI. And how dare you be so judgmental of this woman? You never have any accountability for the things that you do, but you want to mistreat this woman who you supposedly care so much about. And then at the end of this whole thing, she says, what? John Jansen is suing you? She is pretending. And Shannon falls for it and hugs her. I said, Shannon, no. Shannon, this person, she is nobody's friend. She is nobody's friend. She is doing her best to trigger you into drinking. And I don't know why Shannon feels like she owes Tamara an explanation. You don't have to explain to her what you're doing. You don't have to tell her how your recovery journey is going. You don't owe her shit. Oh my God, it pissed me off. But what I did love, I loved in the mid-season preview where they show that text message from Shannon to Alexis, and she says, hello, Alexis, it's Shannon Bedore. I said, not Shannon Bedore. Oh my goodness, what other Shannon could it have been? But anyway, she says, it's Shannon Bedore. I'm hosting a trip to Europe with my friends, and I just wanted to make it clear that you are not invited. that should be quite understandable given the circumstances. Thank you for the flowers, but I'm not interested in an olive branch. Okay. So it seems to me, in my opinion, which I don't know, I haven't seen, the show hasn't aired yet, but I have a feeling that Alexis had a little birdie in her ear about this European trip and thought that it would be a good idea if she sent flowers to Shannon in the hopes that she would get an invite on this trip. Shannon said, no ma'am, okay, I don't want to accept your olive branch and you are not invited, which means there's several episodes that you will not be a part of. However, I did also see in the clip that while they're in London, she does FaceTime with Tamara or one of the girls that Johnny Jansen is buying her an engagement ring. I said, oh yeah, this was perfect timing. Trying to upstage and upset Shannon while she's in London. I get it, I see. Anyway, get down in the comments, you guys. What did you think about this episode? And whose team are you on between Team Emily, Team Gina, and Teams Shannon, Teams Tamara? I am totally Team Gina and Team Shannon here. And until next time, bye.